Hello, and welcome to another session of I Do Really. I'm learning today that there are a lot of couples that are struggling in their relationship. A lot of couples are going through in their relationship. The outcome of the relationship is going to depend upon the effort that you put in it. Some people are not going to react like a lot of people see. A lot of relationships appear to be great, but it's just like the Lord spoke to me one day. He said, "Nina, not everything is as it seems." Some people can get in a relationship in a short period of time, get married, and have a great relationship. Then you can have some people that can get in a relationship and things just be happy in the beginning, and then after a while, things are falling apart. Maybe the husband is not handling things right. Maybe the wife is not handling things right. And sometimes you're going to have to get a third person, an advocate, someone to get in between you two to help you to navigate in ways that you did not know. It's not enough to say, "I don't need counseling, I'll be okay." No. Because a lot of people look at relationships from the outside, but if you are actually in it, okay, you see stuff going on. Okay, and even though a lot of people are living their lives, a lot of people are living their lives with a false delusion that they are perfect. Okay, that's like, look, I don't care who you are looking at. Everybody that you see, they are a human being. They are made of flesh and bones. Everybody have gone through something in life. Some things are that they've been through are traumatic. Some good experiences, some bad experiences. Some people have had good training, good instructions. Some people have not had that. And then you're going to take two people and you're going to bring them together with all of their flaws to come into a relationship and try to have the best relationship that you can. But it's all going to depend upon your training and your effort. You are going to have to learn, if you have not learned, how to work things out. You can't just say, "Oh, it'll work itself out. It'll work itself out." Okay, so you're 10, 15 years in a relationship and it's going down, 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 down. Okay, yeah, it's gonna work itself out, all right. Somebody gonna be gone. Some are gonna be like, "I'll forget it." You know what? You didn't do things like I desired. You're not the man I thought. You're not the woman I thought. Whatever. But if you're going to make it work, you're going to have to put forth an effort. You're going to have to listen to someone and make adjustments in your life. I mean, it's like one woman told me one day. She said, "Marriage is not easy." It's not. It's just that I think about the one main thing that God talked to me about in a relationship. The woman nor the man have to do anything to please themselves. You don't please yourself in a relationship. That is your spouse's job. That was the one main thing that really stuck out with me in the teaching relationship that God took me through for 5 years was that you don't have to seek to please yourself. That is your spouse's job. Now, but you get a lot of people in relationship that are very selfish. Oh, I'm looking for someone to do blase, 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 yuck, 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 yuck for me. That you're not looking for someone to do all. Look, your thing is, what can I do for you? That should be your whole goal. What can I? But people's mentality is not where it need to be. You know, that's why a lot of people end up in relationships and that are miserable. Because why? Because you did not understand relationship, and you sure enough didn't take on what God taught me in a relationship. You know, you have some people that in relationship and it's one-sided. You know, someone is always changing and adjusting their lives to please the other person. But what are you doing? But what are you doing for that person? They flipping, doing all kind of cartwheels for you. But what are you doing? You know, they can tell you something one time, and they will just change and move on stuff. Why? Because you mentioned it. But then you could come and tell them something one time and they won't move. And why? Because their mentality says, you got to mention it to me multiple times. You have to just about argue and fuss with me. You have to challenge me in order to do the thing that I'm asking, that you're asking me. If you want to ask, you asking me to do something, but if you can't just mention it to me one time. You got to almost argue and fuss and challenge about it. It's like, no, if a person asks you something one time, just move on it. But because of people's mentality, you got to tell me something multiple times before I move on it. No, if somebody mentions it one time, then you just move on it. If someone tells you, when you cook grits, I want sweet grits. I like sweet grits. Okay, so when you cook grits, when you make their grits, you just make their part sweet. If you make your grits savory. You may like sweet grits. I may like garlic grits. You know, you want sweet, I want savory. Okay? I mean, well, that's almost a simple fix. Okay? It's like if someone tells you, now, everybody's not going to do things exactly like your grandmother, your mother, your ex-wife, whatever, ex-husband, whatever. You have to learn to accept that person for who they are. Look, you can about say, I'm not your mother, I'm not your grandmother, I'm not your ex-wife, I'm not your husband, I'm not your ex-husband. I am me. If you want all that they did for you, then you need to be married to who did all that great stuff for you. And don't be throwing in someone's face, you know, all that negativity, because when you want to keep the fire alive in your relationship, all that negative talking, all of that, I'm learning some stuff, all that verbal abuse, you better cut all that out, because you will end up turning a person off. When God meant for your relationship to come together and be good, you can make it better. one of you could make it bad, or the both of you could make it bad. You have to start things off on the right foot. If you don't start things off on the right foot, you're going to end up in a different direction. So I'm trying to tell people, yes, marriage can be difficult, but it's like, in order to make a relationship work, both of you are going to have to be in agreement to want it to work. It's going to be very hard when one person wants it to work and the other one don't. You got to come together to make it work. You both are going to have to put forth an effort. Because after a while, if you both are not working to put forth that effort, then there is no way you can stay together.